So with Dune being delayed until October this year, there's a longer period of time where I can talk about the film and potential elements which it will adapt from Frank Herbert's novel. But with anticipation rising from neutral film fans and the success and buzz of the first Dune trailer, I firstly wanted to put together a brief video giving you all the reasons why Denis Villeneuve's adaptation is the most anticipated film of the year. Having also finished reading the novel, my personal excitement for the project has only gone up, and I wanted to share that in this video. Before I get into it though, if you want to see much more videos on Dune leading up to its release date later this year, then don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. Also, if you enjoyed this video, remember to give it a like rating. But without further ado, let's discuss why Dune 2021 is the most anticipated film of the year. With one of the most highly anticipated films now releasing in 2021, it seems the excitement has only increased during all of the delays. Denis Villeneuve's adaptation of Frank Herbert's seminal science fiction novel was always going to be ambitious, but only a few realised quite how epic in scale Dune would be until the first trailer landed online and collectively stunned fans with its impressive visuals and intimate sense of drama. The huge cast led by Timothée Chalamet, Zendaya, Oscar Isaac, Jason Momoa, Dave Bautista, and Josh Brolin gave an early hint of the impact Dune could have upon its release, but there are many more reasons to be excited about this adaptation. The wait goes on after the pandemic caused a delay of almost a year, and Dune will now release on October the 1st, and apparently be available on HBO Max. As this news continues to settle that Warner Bros. Will shift all of its 2021 releases to HBO Max, the industry is still trying to come to terms with the wealth of content whose release cycle has been completely transformed. There are some films that you won't be surprised about, but Denis Villeneuve's Dune is arguably the biggest shock, especially since it is a project that has been moulded for the big screen experience. It's also been the most contentious as the director himself has spoken out against the decision, claiming it'll prevent the film from reaching its potential, and star Timothée Chalamet has shown support for Legendary Pictures, the film's producer, as they clash with Warner Bros. Over the deal. But regardless of filmmakers and stars in Hollywood not liking this approach, and one which I personally don't like either, the confusion shouldn't detract from the fact that Dune is set to be one of 2021's highlights. Directed by Denis Villeneuve, the Oscar-nominated filmmaker behind films such as Prisoners, Arrival, and Blade Runner 2049, it's set to adapt the first half of Frank Herbert's 1965 novel, with a sequel already planned to finish off the story. The film follows Paul Atreides, heir to the throne of Arrakis, a sand planet mined extensively for the precious drug spice, used to prolong human life, as his home is torn away from him and he's forced to defend for himself. It's not the first time the property has been adapted for the big screen, as acclaimed director David Lynch attempted it in 1984, which was met by negative reviews and bombed at the box office. Therefore, Villeneuve's Dune really is make or break for the property that truly birthed the modern sci-fi genre, with George Lucas citing it as a key inspiration behind Star Wars, and many other films have found influence respectively. Considering how crucial this film might be for this franchise, it's however in incredibly safe hands. Despite never really setting the box office alight with his previous work, Denis has quickly become a critical and audience success. His latest offering, Blade Runner 2049, which released in 2017, is a perfect example of why Dune should be a fantastic piece of art. Contextually, they're similar to some degree, being reimaginings of no longer existing sci-fi franchises, taking all-star casts and crafting immersive, rich landscapes within, where expanding fantasy narratives take off. The film received 5 Oscar nominations, winning Best Cinematography and Best Editing, and despite its box office troubles preventing it from reviving the franchise, it's gone down in sci-fi canon as one of the best of this century. This is not to suggest that he's just a one-genre director, as he's had hits in the thriller genre with one of my favourite films, Prisoners, which is proof that he can get spectacular indie performances out of mainstream actors like Hugh Jackman. This is alongside his work on Sicario, which also proves his passion for thought-provoking action. Given Dune's delay from December 2020 to October 2021, this means that the director has even more time to ensure the film makes its mark on the science fiction genre, while also combining elements that have worked so well in other genres he's tackled. And simply put, there's no reason that Dune can't do exactly that. It seems Villeneuve has learnt from Blade Runner 2049's financial pitfalls, stacking the cast with bankable stars like Timothée Chalamet, Josh Brolin and Zendaya. Equally, the wild reaction to the trailer, hitting almost 30 million views and receiving rave fan responses, suggests audiences are more than ready to get behind this film. The director himself will equally be hoping for its success and hopefully a sequel, which is yet to be greenlit, and it will cover the second half of Herbert's novel. Although the HBO Max news has cast doubt over whether the film's box office performance will create further entries, with the director pushing for it, the success of Godzilla vs. Kong in theatres, and cinemas finally beginning to open up and do well in many countries, there's a growing possibility for the film being able to pull off a good performance. But some of the other reasons why Dune is so anticipated, and ones which I'm personally looking forward to, includes those such as the source material and the technical aspects of the project. The novel by Frank Herbert may have some half-decent adaptations, but there is room to really transport us to this world and get into the intimate drama, which Denis is a perfect fit for. With themes of survival, growing up, responsibility, and preservation, these are all the right fit for a director who has transcended these messages in previous work. It could be a project which has the action and visuals, but one which also gives us the intellectual discussion on life itself, and this is something to be hugely excited for. Having read the book, the characters in the novel go on a profoundly impactful journey and end up questioning their experience and being in the novel's plot. With Denis and his team in charge, alongside the creative control that's been given to them, we are sure to be in for something special this October. And speaking of the production team and what we've seen from them so far, we look to be in for a treat with this too. Hans Zimmer is creating the score for Dune and has been hugely influenced by the novel growing up, collating a resume of work on films such as the Dark Knight trilogy, Interstellar, Inception, Man of Steel, Gladiator, and of course Blade Runner 2049. The teaser trailer promised the emotion and scale that Zimmer would bring with his score, and I don't think he'll let us down with Dune. On top of this, the cinematographer Greg Fraser has an impressive list of work on films such as The Batman 2022, Zero Dark 30, Rogue One, Foxcatcher, and episodes of The Mandalorian. Whatever your opinion is on these films, it cannot be denied that the photography is gorgeous, and with the sprawling visuals that Dune has in its first trailer, I can't wait to see what the cinematographer pulls off. The editor of Dune, Joe Walker, also has a serious list of work, from Blade Runner 2049 to Arrival, and others such as 12 Years a Slave. Along with much other technical talent, Dune is set to bring together some of the best in the business in their individual crafts, all for a journey which is equally exciting and rich in detail. I can't wait to see what Denis Villeneuve does with the project, and with early viewers stating that the film is on the scale of The Lord of the Rings and is overall incredible, the excitement cannot be contained for what kind of film we get later this year. But they were the reasons why I think Denis Villeneuve's Dune is the most anticipated film of the year. With the film currently scheduled for release this October, there's plenty for fans of Dune to be excited about in the build-up to its release date. Despite the frustration of its delay, it'll surely only lead to a better end product, and with a true auteur like Villeneuve behind the project, he will certainly use that extra time to tweak the film. If the first trailer is anything to go off, it's already in an excellent state. The time between now and October is an exciting one, and we are certain to get more trailers, promotional pictures, and sneak peeks in the next few months. Let's just hope the HBO Max deal doesn't prevent one of Hollywood's best science fiction directors from breathing new life into one of the genre's most inspiring franchises, especially one that should be seen on the big screen. Let me know down below in the comment section whether you are excited for the new Dune adaptation and what you are looking forward to the most. For more videos surrounding Dune leading up to its release date, then subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. Also, if you enjoyed this video, remember to give it a like rating. I will be covering news and topics for Dune whenever new information comes out, alongside continuing my Road to Dune series in the coming weeks, so look out for all of these uploads. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I've been Cortex, and as always, make some noise.